Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Dafa Kasnova Manaputra and I'm about to explain the PowerPoint that is given in basic English reading. The first is main idea and supporting details. The main idea is the most important idea that the writer is communicating to the reader. Often, the reader can find the main idea just by looking at the title. For example, a passage titled Why Students Should Have Less Homework will include reasons for that idea. The main idea is like the heart of the text or a paragraph, and all the other supporting details in the text or within a paragraph should tell us more about the main idea. Many paragraphs have topic sentences that indicate the main idea. For example, in this paragraph, homeless people have many problems. In winter, it's hard to stay warm and it gets too hot in summer. It's also hard to keep things safe without a home. Worse is the lack of privacy. The topic sentence is homeless people have many problems, while the supporting details are in winter, it's hard to stay warm and it gets too hot in summer. It's also hard to keep things safe without a home. Worse is the lack of privacy. Sometimes, a paragraph has a stated main idea, usually in the topic sentence. This means the paragraph says what the main idea is. For example, the students had fun on their field trip. They visited the Marine Museum. They were able to tour a tugboat and they bought souvenirs in the gift shop. After the tours, they ate a picnic lunch in the park and played with their friends. The underlined portion of the sentence is the main idea and is stated for the reader. The second is implied main idea. An implied main idea is only suggested. It is not clearly stated in one sentence. And to figure out an implied main idea, we must look at the supporting details. To decide on the main idea, we must ask who or what is this paragraph about. For example, all people are concerned about a few great questions: the existence of God, the purpose of life, the existence of an afterlife, and morality. About the first, science has nothing to say. No test tube has either proved or disproved God's existence. As to the purpose of life, although science can provide a definition of life and describe the characteristics of living organisms, it has nothing to say about ultimate purpose. It looks confusing at first, but if you read it a few times, you will notice that the paragraph is about science and great human concerns, as underlined. An inference is an educated guess about the text, and it is not directly stated in the text you're reading. Inferences are what the author implies or suggests. The author wants you, the reader, to make the jump to the same conclusion the author has made. You will know when you are asked to make an inference when one of these verbs is used. Suggest, which answer does the text suggest is. Imply, which answer does the author imply is. Infer, what can you infer from the text as the reason. Reasonably infer, what can you reasonably infer is. Inferring can draw conclusions and make predictions based on facts and to use your prior knowledge to better understand this reading. For example, the resilient survivors were soon cracking jokes. A skilled reader uses context clues to infer the meaning of the word. He knows that the prefix re means again. Second, he knows the meaning of survivors. He infers from the fact that they are soon cracking jokes that the survivor is doing fine now. Resilient must have to do with overcoming something. Context clues are words in and around a sentence containing an unknown word. The clues help us understand the meaning of the unfamiliar word. Knowing about context clues is especially useful for content area reading. These are four common types of context clues. The first is synonyms, the second, is antonyms. The third is examples or explanations. And the fourth is definitions. Synonym. Synonym means a word with a meaning similar to another word. Look for the word in the sentence that could be a synonym for the unknown word. For example, there was pandemonium or chaos among the fans when their team won the Super Bowl. Pandemonium means chaos. Antonym. Antonym means a word with a meaning opposite of another word. Antonym context clues are a little trickier. You need to look for words in the sentence which indicate an opposite meaning. For example, some children were willing to play in the snow, but others were reluctant because it was so cold. Reluctant has the same meaning as not willing. Definition. These are common types of clues, especially in social studies and science. The meaning of the vocabulary word is in the sentence itself. It often follows the unknown word. For example, in order to become law, all 13 colonies had to ratify or approve the Constitution. Ratify means approve. Example. This type of context clue use examples to help explain the meaning of the unknown word. For example, nutritious foods such as fruits and vegetables help our bodies grow. Nutritious means healthy, such as follows the example. Explanation. This type of context clue uses an explanation or description of a situation or experience to help us infer the meaning of an unfamiliar word. For example, I was aghast when I found my neighbor had robbed the jewelry store and stolen $100,000 in diamonds. Given this situation, how would you feel? Aghast means shocked. Reverence. Referring expression are any expression or a piece of language used in an utterance to refer to something or someone outside the language. While referent is a person or thing to which a linguistic expression or other symbol refers. The example for referring expression is lions. The reverent is physical object. Refers to all those large, strong, flesh-eating animals. Signal words. These are words that tell the reader that an important detail is coming in the text. These words also indicate the relationship of ideas in the passage or the organization. It is used to signal addition of ideas. For example, and, also, besides, to signal time, next, afterward, finally, to signal order or sequence, first, second, hence, to signify space and place, above, behind, below, to signal an example. For example, to illustrate, for instance, and to show results. As a result, so, accordingly. Making predictions. We make predictions by using information from the story and put the information together. For example, the weather forecast is for rain. The correct predictions that we use based on the sentence is Winston will take an umbrella because it will be raining. Summary is a technique to shorten text for certain purposes. It focuses on the most important statements of the original passage. Summary writing gives you an overview of the text's whole meaning. A summary will help you understand the major direction, the main points, and the overall shape of the more detailed original. It restates the essence of the original in as few words as possible, but not necessarily in different words. That's all from me. Thank you for listening to the end. I hope it proved useful to you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.